My name is Barry Penner. I'm the Managing Director of the Vancouver International Arbitration Centre. We're based in Vancouver, but we service all of British Columbia, Canada, as well as the globe. That the pursuit of business agreements is great. We all want to do business and pursue our passions and hopefully benefit economically, create jobs and wealth for our communities. But in the haste to do that and in the zeal, I understand people are eager to get on with actually selling or building or doing whatever their service is. Let's not lose sight of the fact that, unfortunately, human nature being what it is, disagreements can occur. And you need to think about what would happen if there is a disagreement when you're drafting your contracts or your service agreements, so that you don't have a major problem down the road and end up in court. Because if you end up in court, the case could end up dragging on for years, even though now at the moment when you're feeling good about your counterparty, the other business you're going to deal with, you're thinking we're getting along great, what's the problem? But history shows us that unfortunately disagreements, misunderstandings can happen. And often very sincerely, just a misinterpretation or a different understanding of what was agreed to. So the way to preserve your business arrangements and not get dragged through the court system for years is to have an arbitration clause. And that just means you have a section in your contract, your agreement, saying that if we can't agree on something, and if after trying our best to talk to each other amicably to resolve it, if we can't succeed with that, then instead of going to court, we will arbitrate. And both parties agree not to go to court, but rather to find an arbitrator who's like a private judge, except they have deep experience typically in that particular subject area, and they will make a decision very quickly compared to the court system where it's due to all the procedures and the backlog, it can take years to get your matter to trial. We know that an increasing part of British Columbia's economy is being driven by Indigenous communities and Indigenous businesses becoming more active participants in our economy. That's a very positive thing. But we also know that human nature is what it is and disputes can happen. So to try and protect those businesses and those startups and even well-established companies from the hazard of time, delay, hassle, and expense of going to court, I thought it was important to spread the message. There's an alternative, and you need to think about it now before you have the dispute. Put the clause in your contract while you're still on good terms with the other side, and everybody can agree that you'll have an arbitration clause and that you'll have the Vancouver International Arbitration Centre administer a dispute if one arises. We have over 35 years of experience in helping manage people through these processes. We have 130 very qualified arbitrators on our roster, which means they're available to help you. And we can help the parties stay on track with timelines and keep everybody focused and organized. And so the ultimate goal is to get a decision, a fair decision, but a quick one, to get it done effectively and efficiently and fairly, and not have it just drag on for years. That is the worst outcome for anybody. What I'm experiencing here, it's been a great conference. What I really appreciate hearing is different parts of the equation, not just one side talking about how it's going, but hearing people that have worked on both non-Indigenous businesses and then have transferred over into the Indigenous side. People have grown up in the communities and they have a 360-degree view of what's all entailed. And you get different perspectives, and that's very valuable. If you ever think you know everything there is to know about a topic, you are wrong. So it's about continual learning from each other, and that in turn helps build understanding, and with understanding we can all benefit economically and socially. I've really enjoyed being back meeting with people again in person. This is one of the first conferences I've been to in person since the COVID restrictions, and it's a very positive atmosphere. People talking about their experiences. Yes, there's challenges. They've talked about how they've tried to deal with those and many times succeeded, but it's everyone speaking in good faith. They're optimistic, and it's very positive. It's been a very welcoming atmosphere and really makes you energized to want to do more.